Jim, what's your overriding emotion at the moment?
Really disappointed because it's all about the here and now, and if we'd won the game we'd have been in the playoffs, but also it's the last game of the season, so you've got to take stock on the whole year, and I've been pleased and proud. I think we probably know sort of epitomised how much I'm pleased at the progress we've made and the performance over the season. I just felt that the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks we've looked perhaps a little bit jaded, a couple of injuries, and it was a tall ask for our players to just finish the season off. So I was a little bit disappointed with the performance, disappointed with the result, but and that's really at the forefront of my mind. But at the back of my mind, I'm kind of pleased the progress we've made and pleased about how everything's starting to come alive. And we're starting to breathe some life into the club. We don't want to be at this level. We want to continue to progress, but we've come a long way this season in terms of stabilising what we're going to do as a football club. We've added 14 points. If we added anything near that next year, then we've got a great chance of going up.
As you say, I mean, 73 would normally be enough to make the playoffs. But is it doubly frustrating today that Chorley did leave the door open for you? And I think you predicted that before the game. Yeah,
no, Halifax are in good form and they're looking very strong. They've got a very strong squad. They were able to rest a few today and bring in players. Kidderminster have been good all season, full-time outfit. Chorley, worthy champions. Fylde, worthy champions. So expect these ties to win. I think the rest of us have got to make progress next year to be considered real contenders. So, like I said, good luck to the teams that have made it there. It's a shame for Darlington, but obviously the others have earned that right now to be in the playoffs, and let's hope the best team and the best club that's prepared for the national wins.
In a way, given the injuries and the situation we're currently in, do you think the playoffs would have been a step too far anyway for Stockport County or not?
We don't know. We don't know because it's over 2 legs. We've got lads who work hard, they're resilient. We haven't been as tidy as we need to be. And there were still grey areas today, but we've got players who look jaded, but like I said, we've put ourselves in a position to go and win the game, and unfortunately we can't see it out. And I looked at last season and I thought like the home form's been really, really poor. We needed to improve that. I think our mentality at home's been far better. We have to deal with the frustration of teams time wasting or sitting in. We need to be better in that sense of being able to unlock and control the game. But we've had a good home record. We need to keep more clean sheets at home, and it's been our demise really, the fact that we've been winning games here and not been able to see the games out, which is a real disappointment.
It's still 1 defeat in 24, which is an incredible run to be on at the moment, but is the lack of a cutting edge what's ultimately done for you, that you maybe needed a number 9 that was going to get more goals, or a number 10 that would get more goals for you?
I think you don't have to be rocket science to see that. I think I don't know how it's panned out today, the other results, but we may well have the best defensive record in the league. If we had kept a clean sheet today and Chorley conceded, we would have. So we have one of the best defensive records. Whether it's today's performance or the performance over 42 games or in the FA Cup, we've not really had a lot of creativity. We've not really had a consistent cutting edge. We've got a couple of lads who've got a finish, but maybe don't have all the creativity in the combination play. But defensively, we've been sound. We've got 2 good keepers signed. We've got 4 good defenders signed. We've got 3 good midfielders signed. We've got a couple of young players signed as well. Last season, we went into this season with 2 players who we carried over, Glenn Rule and Lewis Montrose, and we kept 2 young lads, and we added 2 at the end of the season. But we all expected John Marsden to do a lot better than he did. 2 goals from throw-ins and bits of throw-ins in 10 games wasn't enough. So there has been a lack of creativity and quality and cutting edge from the 9, the 10, the 7. Injuries have affected the 7, but in terms of the 9s, there's just not been enough in terms of getting us up the pitch, creating opportunities and finishing opportunities. So when all the dust settles from today and I look back, and we're engaging with players that I think will certainly improve us, and I'm excited about the players that we can attract. I'm delighted that we have a base of 10 players going into next season. Maybe 1 or 2 more we might keep. So that's a good platform. But we need a major overhaul of the front line, and we need to have a far better attacking options. We need to play a far better brand of football in terms of how we move the ball from back to front and from midfield across the pitch and forward. Our defenders' distribution by and large has been poor, and midfielders' combination poor. It's been struggling because of that. But when we do give service to the front players, I just didn't think they combined very well today. Laboured, hesitant, wrong decisions. So we got, for me, that's my job. A lot of coaching to be done next year. A lot of improvement to be made, but I'm pleased at the progress we've made this year. And at Part 7 level, unfortunately, progress is a little bit slower than you'd like. But we've made progress, and we'll be pushing hard now to make progress next year in what's going to be an extremely competitive division.
Well, it's been competitive this year, Jim. It's only going to get more competitive next season. More full-time teams, more money being spent. It's going to be even harder to get that top spot, which is presumably the ultimate target.
Yeah, we want promotion. It's very hard because there's only 2 success spots at this level. There's the champions and the winners of the playoffs, and both of them are a huge task. Whether to be finished top of the pile. Obviously, Fyle have gone up. We don't know what's going to happen in the playoffs. It would be maybe like last season at North Ferriby, who've got no ambition whatsoever to they go up, and then they think, oh, hang on a minute, what's this all about, and why are we bothered? Whereas you've got teams that like Kidderminster, who were full time, and Halifax with a good budget, but you've got to remember they got relegated last year. I think it was summed up in something I read about Darlington that the playoffs were worth 50 grand to them, but promotion was going to cost them 500 grand, and I think that's where we have to step back a little bit and look at the big picture in terms of the reality of how expensive it is to compete at a national level. So what we need to do now is dust ourselves down, get the best players we can next year as a part-time side, but build a team, a squad that can grow and improve and can turn into a full-time outfit in years to come. And maybe we'll see a team being built like we did in 2007, 2008, and competed quite well for some parts of 2009.
I think what I did enjoy today was the reaction of the fans at the end. There was no negativity. Your name was being sung, the players were being applauded around the pitch. That was really good to see, and I think they can see, you say the progress has been limited, but I think they can see progress and they can see the green shoots, can't they?
Yeah, I think whether it be, everybody comes into the side, nobody was excited by some of the signings we made. The budget we had and the mentality we wanted this season meant that we really only could recruit from our level. It's like back in the days when we were bottom of the league and the club was saying to me, which 4 experienced players can you get? We just cannot attract clubs to the bottom of the league side. So what you do is you go on out and then find players who want to play, want to learn, want to grow. And that's always been a success, whether it be the team that stayed up or the team that went up. And what we need now is to... I think what's been really important for us this year is that people have heard good things about how Stockport go about their business. Gone the whole season without sending off. We play the game in the right manner. We conduct ourselves well. We've got a lot of part-time lads who are working extremely hard at the game and improving their game. And some of them may go on to become full-time players. I'd expect we may lose 1 or 2 of our best players because they've earned the right now to maybe step up. But we are in a position now where there is a bit of a transition, and the mentality has to be, we want to be a good part-time side that has not just progress as a part-time side, but starting to build a mentality of more professionalism, both on the playing side and the club side, and growing the club. Maybe a little bit like 2006-07, missing out the playoffs is it's disappointing, but maybe a good thing, because the next season you can put in place the structures that when you do go up, you can go up again or make further progress because you've invested in a really good young team that's got a chance of going and improving and growing and being competitive at the next level.
And just finally, what's your timetable now for the summer, and in terms of with the lads and players and pre-season, and do you get yourself a holiday as well in there somewhere?
No, it's very difficult for me to get a holiday in pre-season. Fortunately, in Stockport, you have your 2 weeks in the WIT week and then the week afterwards. So we will have a break. I'll only be a local one. We don't have the kind of money to be going somewhere sensational with a big family. But in terms of the lads, we do need to speak to several players about the futures here. We've obviously done a lot of strengthening over the last, well, right since January. There's a lot of difficult conversations to be had with players who haven't signed yet, that we'd like to sign, other players that perhaps we're not going to keep. And I think what we have to trust is that we can attract better players in the summer. So it'll be a busy schedule, but completely different than the pressure of preparing for training and matches. So Monday and Tuesday I'll be sitting down with players, having a chat with those that perhaps not staying, bringing the other ones in, talking about what we want to achieve, get some fitness testing in so we've got our base figures, talk about what they need to do pre-season or off-season in terms of building up for pre-season. And like I said, we need to now, we're trying to professionalise what we do next season in terms of the extra nights training, and also, if you like, paying the lads a partial part of the wage in the summer to get that commitment, because pre-season is going to be really important, because we want to start next season the way we finished this one.
Listen, commiserations, but as ever, thanks for all your help this season. It's been much appreciated. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks so much.